What is love? We can't talk about Valentine's Day without talking about love. So, the definition of love is, it says here that it's an intense feeling of deep affection towards someone or something. So, the definition of love, an intense feeling of deep affection towards someone or something. And I was thinking about what does Bible look like according to the Bible, because that's from the internet. But I want us to read from 1 Corinthians 13, 4-8, or actually I will read it from TPT translation, so you can just listen. 1 Corinthians 13, 4-8, it says that love is large and incredibly patient. Love is gentle and consistently kind to all. It refuses to be jealous when blessings come to someone. Love does not brag about one's achievements or inflate its own importance. Love does not traffic in shame and disrespect, nor selfishly seeks its own honor. Love is not easily irritated or quick to take offense. Love joyfully celebrates honesty and finds no delight in what is wrong. Love is a safe place of shelter, for it never stops believing the best for others. Love never takes failure as defeat, for it never gives up. Love never stops loving. It extends beyond the gift of prophecy, which eventually fades away. It is more enduring than tongues, which will one day fall silent. Love remains long after words of knowledge are forgotten. And I took from King James the verse 7, which says, love beareth all things, it believeth all things, hopeth all things, and endureth all things. So there are four types of love. First is eros, second is philia, storge is the third, and then agape love. And I will talk a little bit about all of them so we understand the different types of love. I did my research and I asked Sister Praise to back me quickly to know that I've done correct research. But the first type of love is eros love, which is sensual or romantic love. This kind of affection is meant to describe a healthy, a passionate, sensual love between a husband and a wife. This is the type of love that was described in Songs of Solomon. If you have read it, so you would know. And God gave this kind of desire with clear instructions that it should be expressed only within the bonds of marriage. It is, romance and physical attraction play parts in this eros love. The thing is that people have taken this love out of context. That's why there is so much sexual immorality, not just in the Bible days, in the olden days, but also in our days. You can probably testify to that there's a lot of sexual immorality, and it's because of this love. Eros love is behind that. And the thing is that eros love is not bad, but if it's taken out of context, if it's used wrongly, which is outside the marriage bond, then the love is bad, because then it's wrong and it's immorality. The second is philia love, which is brotherly love. It's usually shown to friends and neighbors, and philia originates from Greek term philos. It's a noun meaning beloved, dear, friend, or someone that is dearly loved. The Church of Philadelphia was known for this kind of love. Philadelphia, in the Bible, Philadelphia was the city of brotherly love. And this is the kind of love that is good for your health, because it's good to be loved. And this is the love that we should show to one another. In the book of John 13, from verses 34-35, it says, Jesus spoke about this love. He said, a new commandment I give you, love one another as I have loved you. So you must love one another. By this, everyone will know that ye are my disciples, if you love one another. So Jesus was referring to this love, to philia love. This is the love that we should show to one another. And then this third one is the storge love, which is, love for family. It's between parents and children, brothers and sisters. This is It's the love that happens naturally. And brothers and sisters, I mean biological brothers and sisters. So family love, familial love. The same way like a mother will love her child automatically, naturally. You don't have to force her, you don't have to push her to love her child. That's the kind of love. And the last one is agape love, which is God's unconditional love for mankind. And this is the most well-known out of these four. It's the highest form of love. And it's the kind of love that is given whether or not it's returned. It is without self-benefit, so it's extremely selfless. Agape love is perfect, it's unconditional, it's sacrificial, and it's pure. And Romans 5:8, it says, but God commended his love towards us in that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. So this is agape love. It is selfless, whether or not it's returned. So that's agape love. And we can't also talk about love without talking about God, because he is love. One of our pastors said in a December retreats that we just concluded last year, in the message titled Love, that the reason for God's love is because he loves you. There is nothing to depend upon. It is sacrificial in nature, and it is his nature. It is in the fabrics of his life, and is the constituent of his being. So God is the source of love, and it's not just a feeling or an emotion or a desire, but it's an unconditional commitment. So the love that God shows is an unconditional commitment. And the book of Matthew, chapter 26, verses 39, says that, "Oh Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me." This is when Jesus was about to be crucified. And he said, "Oh my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as thou wilt." So Jesus Christ was committed. He was committed to the point of death. And despite his emotions, you can only imagine what he was feeling, the emotions that he went through, how hard it was. But he was committed to the point of death. And once again, this is agape love. It is sacrificial. Someone said that love is giving someone what they need the most when they deserve it the least at a great personal cost. So love is giving someone what they need the most when they deserve it the least at a great personal cost. And God gave us his son. God gave us his son when we needed him the most and when we deserved him the least, and at his own personal cost, which is death. And we can see that love is a commitment. Love is a commitment. And we should already be committed to love and loving one another, our neighbor. One thing that I told Sister Praise was that the commitment to loving one another, it doesn't start when people get married. It's a misconception. I think people somehow think that way, that's, oh, once I'm married, I will love so much. We should be already committed to loving one another. Proverbs 31:12, it says that she will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. I had to add this because when we were going through our Bible reading in January, I remember when we read this place, I was thinking, she will do him good, not evil all the days of her life. So she must have been doing good prior to, marriage. She must have been doing good already, because you can't, if you don't have something, it is hard for you to have it later. The same way, I think we should be committed to loving our neighbor, because it will not just magically grow later. It will not. Love is a commitment, and we should be committed to it right now. And to be committed means to be intentional. Like I read from Romans 5:8, that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. And, he was committed to show us his love, and love acts. It is expressed. There is that saying that love that is not expressed is not known. I think we know that one. And then John 15:13, it says, "Greater love had no man than this, that a man would lay down his life for his friend. So we see that the love acted because God so loved the world, he gave us his son. John 3:16. I'll read a Message translation because I think it says it so beautifully. I really love Message translation on this. It says that this is how much God loved the world. He gave his son, his only son, and this is why, so that no one need be destroyed. By believing in him, anyone can have a whole and lasting life. So you can see how much God loves us. And once you have experienced God's love, you have experienced the highest form of love. You have experienced the highest form of love. And when you think about it, the attention that you might get, this is for my ladies especially, the attention that you might get from, men, whether on Valentine's Day or any other day, it will not move you, because the fact is that people will approach you, whether on Valentine's Day or any other day, people will approach you, but it will not move you because you have experienced the love of God. And, people will come, they will say all kinds of things. They'll say, oh, you're beautiful. Oh, you're this and that. I've never seen anyone like you. Like a lot of crazy things people will tell you, but you will not be moved because you have experienced the love of God. And once you have experienced the love of God, you will not make any silly or any foolish or any costly mistakes. You will be very, very, very careful. And I was just thinking that if you love God and if you have experienced his love, you will not want to dishonor him. You won't want to disrespect him in any way, whether on Valentine's Day or any other day. You won't want to dishonor God, and especially with your body, you won't want to do that when you have experienced his love. Because if you love him, you will respect him, you will fear him, and it is great, it is good for you to experience his love because it has been made available for all of us. It has been made available. And once again, once you have experienced his love, you have experienced the highest form of love. So, any other attention, any other thing that might come, it won't be doing you, if I can put it that way.